he asked tentatively, as she still didn't speak. She nodded. It's definitely a yes. Then she added, I love you too, Jack Holt. He whooped with joy, arching back as he hugged her tight, lifting her off the sand. The others on the beach, drunk or stoned or both, paid no attention whatsoever as he twirled her ecstatically in his arms. When he put her down, both of them breathless and laughing, he saw Stella was shivering, despite the heat still emanating from the bonfire. The t-shirts and shorts they'd worn for what had been a gloriously sunny day were now totally inadequate on the chilly nighttime beach. Let's go home, Jack, she said, her voice bubbling with excitement as she grabbed his hand in hers and pulled him towards the path that led through the gap between the colourful beach huts to his car. Let's go home and make love to each other till the end of time. Chapter 1. Present day. Stella picked with her fork at the crusty remnants of potato clinging to the side of Ian's fish pie dish. It was almost June, a warm evening, and they were sitting on the tiny balcony of his third-floor red-brick Hammersmith flat. It overlooked the Thames if you craned your neck far enough over the balcony railings and squinted right, past the plane tree and the mansion block that actually fronted the riverside. Ian turned his light blue eyes on her, his expression concerned. Are you and Eve really going to rub along together for 2 whole months in the same house, with her pregnant and worried about this problem she has? He paused. It could get pretty tense, no? Stella was irritated. She was allowed to admit that her relationship with her daughter Eve was less than perfect. But even Ian, her live-round-the-corner partner of 7 years, was not wise to highlight the problem. Although he was right, of course. She sighed. I don't have a choice. Eric is stuck in the frozen wastes of Antarctica, and you know Arthur. I can't leave her struggling with him. The thought of her nearly 3-year-old grandson brought a smile to her face. He was so dear to her, it sometimes felt as if he'd actually invaded her heart, taken up residence in her emotions with a force that amazed her. It had taken her completely by surprise, that first day of his life, when she'd stood in the hospital room with a little bundle in her arms. He'd looked up into her eyes. He'd seen her, completely understood her. Or so it had felt to Stella. A woman with a famously defended heart, not given to fanciful notions of this kind. Her closest friend, Annette, had become a grandmother the year before Stella, and she'd had to steel herself to get through their regular coffees. Annette was usually the toughest, least sentimental person on the planet. Some would say scary, with her large frame, loud laugh, and total lack of bullshit. But faced with her granddaughter, she melted. Stella was forced to endure endless adoring monologues, phone photos and 5-second videos, Molly smiling, pooing, Molly in a rabbit baby grow, Molly with organic pear puree dripping from her chin, etc., etc. She'd had to find a way to ride out Annette's tedious obsession without actually stabbing her. Now she understood. Although for Stella, the love she felt for Arthur was a very private thing, which she hugged to herself like a warm secret, and which gave her a happiness she'd never thought to experience again. Shouldn't Eric come back? Ian asked, interrupting her train of thought. Well, of course he bloody well should, but Eve's being ridiculous. She won't tell him there's a problem. Says his research is too important to him. That's why she didn't even mention she was pregnant, till he was safely ensconced 9,000 miles away. She knew he wouldn't go if she told him. She shook her head. Stubborn as the day is long, my daughter. Anyway, she says he'll be more use when the baby's born. Ian looked uneasy. So this placenta previa thing means what exactly?